Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second edition of the Intergenerational Dialogues. And today's discussion will be on social media and digital platforms, whether it's a boon or a curse. And so we have a lot of these platforms available in today's world. I've shared this link with a lot of other people, and we'll welcome them as we join, but we'll start the discussion. And like I said, digital platform and social media. Why only social media? Digital platforms includes everything, all the platforms available with us, which is to do with Google, which is to do with the browser, which is to do with the social media, and all internet related platforms that we have, which has been used in today's world, especially very proactively during the last 2 years during COVID times. So, iske bare mein, what is your view, Vansh?
See, I think it is a very good advancement for the humanity. I think it's a boon. Like without it, there would be nothing. For example, no advancement would be able. Like we would still be sending letters, maybe. We won't be having Gmail. We won't be having email. The internet itself, it conducts all the platforms. So I might say that if there was no internet, I think our life would be very harder. That's my view.
But then, once pehle to internet tha nahi, there was no internet and life was still good. So what do you think? Internet has added more complications to life, or definitely it has added the advantage, and we saw the advantage during the digital times. मगर पहले भी तो पैंडेमिक आया था जब स्वीडिश फ्लू आया था, ओके, एंड उस समय तो डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी था नहीं, बट पीपल स्टिल सर्वाइव्ड. So are we used to the digital technology to survive, or is an additional tool for us to make our life better?
It is something which makes our life much better. It makes our life more luxurious, if you want to say. But it helps us, like for example, internet has become a very good place for jobs. It provides, it is the income for some people, and that for some people it is. Without it, they wouldn't be able to make money. So I think it is a very good tool for humanity.
तो ये जो हो गया है, the use of internet, the use of social media. When we talk about social media, we talk about WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so on and so forth. So we can divide the discussion into two parts. One is the social media part of it, जो कि हम लोग Facebook का use करते हैं, Instagram use करते हैं, and all that. So उसका क्या advantages है? Digital platforms ठीक है, because digital platforms have been used in education and health and various other payment gateways, because जो COVID का time था, उसमें क्या था कि the digital payment gateway का काफी use हुआ to make payments and to receive payments, right? So it was a combination of e-commerce platform काफी use हुआ था, and काफी e-commerce जो काफी दिन से थोड़ा बैक सीट पे था, वो अभी फ्रंट सीट पे आ गया बिकॉज ऑफ डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी. तो वो हम लोग सेकंड पार्ट ऑफ द डिस्कशन में जाएंगे. फर्स्ट पार्ट में हम लोग बात करेंगे अबाउट द यूज ऑफ व्हाट्सएप एंड फेसबुक एंड इंस्टाग्राम एंड ट्विटर एंड सच प्लेटफॉर्म्स. इसका क्या एडवांटेज है? इज इट ओनली अ टाइम पास फॉर पीपल? बिकॉज अभी सब लोग व्हाट्सएप में हैं, एंड एज पर स्टैटिस्टिक्स इंडिया का पॉपुलेशन इज अप्रोक्सीमेटली 138 करोड़. इसमें से almost 40 to 45%, which is around 60 to 65 crore people, have access to WhatsApp, or they are using WhatsApp in their life. तो वो लोग क्या उसको positively use कर रहे हैं कि negatively use कर रहे हैं?
See, I think it has its cons, but there are a lot of pros, more pros than cons. So, for example, take off WhatsApp. So, what if you are in Kolkata? I am in Devariya right now, in my grandmother's house. So, if there wouldn't be WhatsApp, how would I share these links to you, or you would share it to me, or we will talk? Like we can talk on mobile, but we want to talk to a lot of people. We can use group chat, but if one person is not free at the time, we have to use WhatsApp. It's a very good tool, I believe. for Instagram as well. For some people, they use it as a marketing strategy. So it is of use. It is also a time pass for people, but it can also be of use if used correctly.
But then abhi kya ho gaya ki, like I said, everyone uses WhatsApp for entertainment purposes. So there are two use of technology. One is for education, one is for entertainment. एक third category हो गया है edutainment, which is education plus entertainment. And with so much of access, लोग को काफी access मिल गया है to express their views, or as far as expression of their views. Now, Indian Constitution का एक article 19A1 है, which talks about the freedom of expression, or freedom of expression and freedom of putting forward your views and perspectives. पहले क्या था कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन तो ये बहुत दिन का बना हुआ है, मगर एक आम आदमी को, एक जनरल आदमी को जो कि पॉलिटिशियंस नहीं है या कोई सोशल वर्कर नहीं है, उसको ये कभी प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं मिलता था अपना व्यूज को पुट फॉरवर्ड करने का। अभी क्या है कि एक आम आदमी के पास, एक जनरल आदमी के पास, आजकल के जमाने में तो फोन तो सभी के पास होता है मोस्टली, ओके, एज फार एज फोन इज कंसर्न। स्मार्टफोन भी काफी लोग के पास है। हालांकि अगर आप इंटरनेट का पेनिट्रेशन देखोगे, व्हाट इज द पेनिट्रेशन ऑफ इंटरनेट यूजर्स इन द कंट्री, अभी भी काफी लो है इन टर्म्स ऑफ पीपल हु हैव एक्सेस टू अ स्मार्टफोन और इंटरनेट, बिकॉज आउट ऑफ 138 करोड़ पॉपुलेशन, 85-90% के पास एक सिंपल फोन कनेक्शन है। And like I said, around 2/3 of the people have access to some kind of internet or not. So फिर भी अगर आप देखोगे, roughly देखोगे, 2/3 of the Indian population have got access to internet and have got access to smartphones and other internet tools. अभी उनके पास ये एक प्लेटफॉर्म मिल गया अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करने का। इसमें क्या है कि एडवांटेज भी है, डिसएडवांटेज भी है। एडवांटेज ये है कि लोग अपना व्यूज एक्सप्रेस करते हैं। डिसएडवांटेज है कि काफी सारे लोग काफी डाइवर्स व्यूज एक्सप्रेस करते हैं। हम लोग का जो ये प्लेटफॉर्म है इंटरजेनरेशनल डायलॉग्स, इसमें हम लोग वी विल नॉट बी पॉलिटिकल एंड वी विल नॉट बी रिलीजियस। दैट मींस वी विल बी अपॉलिटिकल एंड अरिलीजियस। हम लोग एक जनरल व्यू से बात करेंगे कि काफी लोग इस प्लेटफॉर्म को यूज करते हैं फॉर हेट स्पीचेस, फॉर हेट व्यूज। लॉट ऑफ पीपल यूज दिस प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर वेरियस सेल्फिश इंटरेस्ट, जो कि उनका सेल्फिश इंटरेस्ट है। तो लाइक यू सेड, इसका एडवांटेजेस भी है, डिसएडवांटेजेस भी है। मगर अभी फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से न्यूज, फेक न्यूज, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट फेक न्यूज। तो ये जो फेक न्यूज आजकल व्हाट्सएप में फैल रही है, ओके, एंड सब लोग अपना अपना न्यूज बना के फैला देते हैं। डू यू थिंक इसको कंट्रोल करने का तरीका है, या व्हाट्सएप का ये दुरुपयोग हो रहा है, यानी कि द रॉन्ग यूज ऑफ दिस प्लेटफॉर्म? व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट व्हाट्सएप? लाइक यू सेड इट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग, ऑल राइट, मगर हर चीज का गलत उपयोग भी होता है। So, इसका गलत उपयोग क्या क्या हो रहा है आपके जमाने, अकॉर्डिंग टू यू?
फेक न्यूज तो आजकल भी हमेशा से ही चलती आई है। पहले देयर वाज नो व्हाट्सएप, तो वो कम फैलती थी। लेकिन आप अगर देखेंगे तो आई डोंट थिंक दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ सोशल मीडिया। ये पहले कम फैलती थी। इट्स सोशल मीडिया हैज बीन अ एम्पलीफायर फॉर दिस। लाइक अगर आप देखोगे द रूमर्स, यू माइट से फेक न्यूज इज लाइक अ रूमर। सो ये रूमर्स तो पहले भी फैलते थे। जैसे आई एम इन अ सोसाइटी, so in my society, so in the society, the complex, or there would be rumors, this he's doing that, he's doing that. So that has just a new way of doing that. I don't think it is to blame on social media.
You're right. So social media से क्या है कि थोड़ा बढ़ गया है, okay, and however fake news तो पहले से ही चली आ रही है, that's fine. So as far as let's say we can use other platforms like, let's say, Facebook. Let's come to Facebook. Now a lot of people use Facebook. The so-called slightly older generation like us, we've been using a lot of Facebook because हम लोग काफी दिन से उसको यूज कर रहे हैं. I'm not so much into Insta, right? And as far as you are concerned, you are the younger generation and you are more into Instagram, okay, right? So once again, Facebook का productive use क्या है? हम यहाँ जा रहे हैं, यहाँ हॉलिडे पे जा रहे हैं, इसका फोटोग्राफ खींच के लगा दे रहे हैं, हम रेस्टोरेंट में खाना खा रहे हैं। डोंट यू थिंक इट इज इंट्रूडिंग इनटू अ पर्सन्स प्राइवेट लाइफ? हम प्राइवेट लाइफ में क्या कर रहे हैं, नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये हम दो लोगों के साथ क्यों शेयर करेंगे? व्हाई डू पीपल शेयर देयर प्राइवेट लाइफ?
I think that is because of the human nature. Humans are social animals, so they want attention, they seek attention. So that is one of the reason, and it is not like सिर्फ आप ये बता रहे हो कि I am doing this. If you go to Facebook, I have seen, I don't use it. My mother, I have seen they use it, and there are food tutorials, and there are a lot of tutorials there as well. And if you talk about Instagram, Instagram is a marketing technique for some. They build their web. They don't build their websites. What they do, if I am a small business, for example, I am trying to sell this and a lot of matkas like this, so I'll not make a website for this. I'll just make an Instagram page and send photos and videos about this. I have seen a lot of things about like this. So it's like a marketing place as well. It's not just people who are using it for entertainment, but there are also people, a vast majority of people are using it for entertainment, and I don't think it's a problem, because we had TVs before, now we have social media. It's just another platform.
ओके, सो इंस्टाग्राम डेफिनेटली काफी लोग उसको कमर्शियल यूज में ला रहे हैं, राइट? तो वैसे तो फेसबुक को भी वो लोग कमर्शियल यूज में ला रहे हैं. लॉट ऑफ योर पीपल आर यूजिंग फेसबुक एज अ कमर्शियल टूल, ओके, राइट? हाउएवर फेसबुक का जहां तक व्यूअरशिप और यूजरशिप का सवाल है, आई थिंक इट इज मोर देन इंस्टाग्राम राइट नाउ, राइट? Because I don't know. I mean, this is what my assumption is. Okay, and people have been using this platform for a long time because Facebook काफी दिन से चला आ रहा है. So because of the sheer fact कि Facebook पहले से शुरू हुआ है compared to Instagram, there are more number of users. Okay, I'm not too sure what is the percentage of people who use Facebook for professional purposes. काफी लोग professionally use करते हैं, but mostly people are using for social purposes, right? I have seen Facebook का addiction हो गया है लोग को. So this is also a very very important topic of social media addiction, because अभी क्या है कि this so called mobile addiction and social media addiction ये भी काफी serious issue है, especially in the younger generation like your generation. अभी क्या है कि पहले के जमाने में बच्चे लोग खेलते थे, साइकिल चलाते थे नीचे में. Now everyone is glued on to their mobile and the social media.
But I think that depends on the person. Like अगर मैं हूँ, I have to control that. We have to do that. Like if we, for example, plastic as well. It is also it is very cheap and all, but if we use it excessively, then it becomes a curse. That is the same with social media. We have to control it. Like if I'm a child, if I use a lot of Instagram, maybe my parents have to snatch the phone away from me, or I have to understand that I don't have to say. I also need some physical activity. So I think that is about upon the person.
So this is where you are talking as a person, as an individual, right? In terms of your views. However, the majority of the children or the majority of the boys and girls might not be as aware as you in terms of the ill effects of using social media. So they are glued. I've seen a lot of children who do not go to play. I've seen a lot of children whose parents have gone off to work and they are glued on the mobile the whole day. It becomes an addiction. वो लोग खाना भी खाएंगे तो मोबाइल लेके जाएंगे, खाना एक तरफ खाना खा रहे हैं, एक तरफ मोबाइल देख रहे हैं, बाथरूम भी जाएंगे वो भी मोबाइल लेके जाएंगे. So mobile has become an organ of the body, right? And they cannot live. So when we talk about addiction, when we talk about social media has also been officially called an addiction. Addiction is not about alcohol. Addiction is just not about cigarettes or about drugs. Social media use and mobile has also been categorized as a proper addiction, and people are completely addicted to it and they cannot stay without it. A lot of people have this urge early in the morning to get up in the morning, and the first thing they do after opening their eyes is not to thank God for the beautiful day. Ideally क्या होना चाहिए? आदमी आंख खुला है and प्रभु को धन्यवाद देना चाहिए कि आपने एक नया दिन मुझे दिया है. मगर what people do is they get up in the morning and उनका ठीक बगल में, ठीक तकिए के बगल में मोबाइल रहता है, and the first thing they do is check their WhatsApp, check their Facebook कि मेरे को कितना likes आया है. So ये addiction जो है, which is a real problem, might not be applicable to you because you're talking from your perspective, but as a social issue which is to do with kids and also with adults, इसको कैसे दूर करना चाहिए?
I think like even of alcohol, दे वो भी एक एडिक्शन है, ये भी एक एडिक्शन है. सो आई थिंक इसका वी हैव टू अवेयर द पीपल. तो जैसे आप कह रहे, आई हैव सीन अ लॉट ऑफ चिल्ड्रन, माय फ्रेंड्स इवन, they also have this problem. They don't have time. They mostly do these things, but I also tell them to don't do it. And also their parents are also concerned about it. So I think the parents and everyone is trying to help them, and I think they would also lessen their use if they get to understand what how to do it.
I'll just
But
admit, another cousin brother of yours, Aditya.
yes,
Okay. And we call him Rishu Garpe. Okay. Rishu, can you hear me? You can put on your video if you want to. Hello. You can unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Can you hear us, Aditya? Oh, you're
Hello, hi
traveling.
Mosa, good morning.
Good morning. I'd
Yes,
like to introduce you to Vansh, who's Dr. Ritu's son. And, I met him in Delhi, not for
yes,
the first time, but we had a good
yes.
conversation. And line chala gaya. One sec. Line chala gaya. हेलो मेरा हेलो
yes,
हाँ
yes,
हम
Mama.
लोग का लाइन
I
चला
was
गया
speaking, but
तो
yes, I was speaking, but it was muted.
हाँ
I was speaking forward, but it was muted. So
हाँ हाँ नहीं नहीं कोई बात नहीं मेरा लाइन चला गया है सो आई हैव जस्ट कनेक्टेड ऑन माय हॉटस्पॉट राइट बिकॉज अभी लाइन आएगा बिकॉज वी हैव अ जनरेटर सो दिस इज वंस अगेन टेक्नोलॉजी में क्या होता है देयर आर चैलेंजेस यूजिंग टेक्नोलॉजी सो रिशु यू आर ट्रैवलिंग समवेयर
Yes, I'm going out for lunch with
You're
my
going out for lunch.
friends.
Okay, right. So we are
Yes,
using digital platform to today's topic, as you know, is the use of digital platforms, social media, whether it's a boon or a curse. So
yes,
myself and Vansh, we've been talking about various aspects like mobile addiction, use of Facebook for आ गया line आ गया मेरा, okay, use of Facebook for अभी line आ गया मगर भी modem on होने में time है, तब तक मैं आपका personal hotspot ही use करूँगा and we were talking about the various addiction. We were talking about Facebook, Instagram. We're talking about various kind of freedom of speech and expression. We were talking about the younger generation being addicted to the mobile, and not just the younger generation. We are talking about the older generation also getting addicted to mobile. किस तरह से फेसबुक हमको फायदा करता है, किस तरह से नुकसान करता है, किस तरह से इंस्टाग्राम is being used professionally by a lot of people to make money on a business model. So what do you think, about social media and internet technology and digital platform? इससे क्या फायदा हो रहा है कि नुकसान है या दोनों है? It depends on how you use it. What do you think? You are on mute. हाँ अभी ठीक है.
hello.
हाँ.
Mhm. As you said, I agree. It depends on the use. Social media is like a knife. It can be used to cut a fruit. It can also be used to kill a person.
वाह क्या बात है.
Ultimately, it depends on the intentions of the user.
But if
There are many.
yeah, please carry on.
Sorry. Yes, there are. It's the sole purpose of invention of social media, digital technology was to reduce the barriers of distance, to help people across the globe, friends, relatives getting connected in instant messages, free of cost video call. But right now, because of less control, social media has been a kind of a distraction for the youth. there is maybe for us as mature adults, we are able to distinguish uh, what is right and what is wrong for us. But teenagers and kids in the age group of 10 to 15 years who have smartphones these days, they may not be wise enough to allocate their time optimally, keeping in mind their first priorities that should be their studies and career. Also, in today's age when we think social media is free, but nothing is free, it comes as a cost. The cost is our privacy. All social media giants, be it WhatsApp, Facebook, or Instagram, they keep track of our data, and in some cases, as it has been found, they sell our data to online agencies. So, as I said, social media has its own boon as well as as to how he should use.
Okay, I think these are good perspectives, and so like you said, it's like a knife, and we can use it either way. Either we can use it, proactively, to cut fruits and make food for us, or we can use it to kill a person. But if we give a knife to the, in the hands of a teenager, for example, Vansh is here, okay, right, and he is 12 years old, okay, and definitely, Vansh, you have your own mobile phone, right?
Yes, I do.
You have your own mobile phone, you have your internet connection, and right now you're in your nanny's place and you're carrying your mobile phone and you have your internet connection there and you're able to connect from there. So, the chances of misuse, okay, is higher as far as the younger generation or the youth population is concerned, right? So from that perspective, like, we were discussing, Rishu, that we can use it both for productive use as well as for destructive use, okay, destroy. But abhi kya hai ki because of ek minute, Arav is also joined. I'll just admit him. Arav is another cousin brother of yours, Vansh, and I'll introduce you. Kaun kiska ladka hai, I'll introduce you, but he's also joining. Arav, welcome. You're late by half an hour. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, your sound is not coming very loud and clear. So एक बार
Yeah,
माइक्रोफोन के
sorry,
पास
I
बोलो
don't
तो
know.
अच्छा वॉइस आएगा.
My mic is not connected. It's using my computer's mic. Just 1 second.
Sorry, come again. We are not able to hear you properly.
I think he's saying his mic is not connected.
Huh?
He's saying his mic is not connected, I believe.
So, but then we can hear him, but not very clearly. So, Aditya, can you hear me, Arab, now?
Yes.
And you can put on your video if you want to. It's always good to look at your face and introduce yourself. If you think you're not in the bathroom. So, Arav, let me introduce you to Vansh, and he's a great friend of mine. He's my teenage friend, okay, and with him we have started this talks, which is called the intergenerational talks. So while we have different generations of people who will be joining in this discussion, I think Vansh being the youngest, he's 12 years old, right? And Arav, how old are you?
15, about to be 16.
You'll be about to be 16, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And Rishu, how old are you?
I am 22.
22. So we've got 12 and 16 and 22, and the old man is sitting here with 53 years. Okay, right? So, it is very, very, different generations are talking to each other about different perspectives. And Arav, today's topic of discussion, we were discussing about social media and digital platforms, whether it's a boon or it's a curse. And we discussed various aspects of the digital, technology and social media. Right now, we're discussing more about the social media, which is about Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. And like Rishu very rightly said, his quote of the day, the highlight of the day, is social media is like a knife. We can use it, productively in the kitchen to cut fruits and vegetables and feed us, or it can also be used to kill a person, right? So, what do you think are your views, Arav, on social media?
I I wrote about this. I wrote a small Word document on this. Could you please download the file?
Oh, you have okay, that's fantastic. आपने उसको अपलोड किया था क्या व्हाट्सएप में?
Yes. And,
Okay, let me just see if I can show the document. One sec, just hold on. So, हाँ ये है. You want me to share the screen?
yeah, sure.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, just hold on. Okay, share screen. Huh? Can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what you wrote, Arav, right?
Yeah, this is what I wrote.
So if you can just help us go through this document, what एक बार document को पढ़ के नहीं मगर उसको explain कर दो आपने क्या लिखना चाहा है, what have you that's a very good thing that you have taken the trouble of writing this document. Can you just present this document to us?
Let me open it on my screen as well because it's a bit laggy over here.
तुम्हारा sound ठीक से नहीं आ रहा, Arav?
It's a bit laggy over here, so I'm just gonna open it on my computer.
Come again, come again.
It's a bit laggy, so I'm just gonna open it on my computer as well.
I'm not able to comprehend. Yeah, it's a bit what?
He's
It's a bit
asking you to
laggy.
stop screen sharing. He will share his screen instead.
अच्छा ठीक है, तो I'll just stop the screen share. You can just talk, okay, on this document, right?
Yeah.
There, I've stopped this screen sharing. Now you can talk on this document. What are your views?
So I wrote this day before yesterday when you gave us the topic.
हाँ.
One second.
ठीक है, these are going to be normal disturbances, nothing to be worried about. बोलो कि I'm in a very important conference, the UN convention, the Global Economic Summit.
Till then, I would like to say
हाँ,
that
बोलो.
we were talking about एक teenager को knife नहीं देना चाहिए. So I think वो parent पे है. अगर आपको लगता है कि आपका बच्चा he can handle a knife to cut the fruit, then you can give the knife. Don't you think he will stab someone? You should not give the knife. But I think that is very hard to decide. So it is always good to be on the safe side. I also had stabbed a lot of people with that myself.
You've stabbed
actually.
people with social
So,
media.
myself.
अच्छा.
Yeah, so it's always good to be on the safe side and to think that if my child is good enough, it's always on the parent. If they think their child is mature enough to get the phone, then you can give it. I got my phone in 5th.
तो ये जो मीटिंग है ये 10 मिनट बाद लॉग आउट हो जाएगा because this is a free version of Zoom. I request everyone to use the same link to log in again. जैसे ही लॉग आउट हो जाएगा, just you just log in the same link जो कि मैंने आपको व्हाट्सएप में शेयर किया था, ठीक है?
Okay.
या अभी नहीं लॉग आउट होगा, 10 मिनट बाद अपने आप ऑटोमेटिकली लॉग आउट हो
I know.
जाएगा.
I see the timer. There's a timer there.
There's a timer. Arav, you were saying something on the document. Please continue.
Yes. So I wrote this day before yesterday. Now, in this document, I basically wrote.
तुम अपना थोड़ा माइक्रोफोन को थोड़ा फेस का पास कर लो, जरा ऊपर कर लो माने माइक्रोफोन है ना, इसको यहाँ पर है, इसको ऐसे कर लो, जैसे माइक्रोफोन है ना ये वाला.
Yes. So
मुंह के पास कर लो यहाँ पर. हाँ भी ठीक. हाँ.
So in this
very
document,
nice.
I wrote about the advantages and disadvantages basically. So during lockdown, a lot of people got a sudden rise of interest in game designing, music making, programming, and all of this happened because of social media only. A lot of YouTube creators, they helped us in many ways. They but it also has dark sides like hacking and information theft. So yeah, wait.
So you can talk about, like you said, you'll be talking about both the aspects, the black and the white also. You'll be talking more in terms of gray, right?
Yes. So now, like nowadays, companies are forming online only. They do not have an physical store to go to. The company is fully online based. It's only shipping and all. You cannot go to the showroom or to the shop and see the stuff. You just have to believe in the online method of buying stuff. So that is one thing now. Companies like Amazon and all, they have different sellers, right? They're not making all the products they're selling. So a lot of people from different areas are buying from Amazon. It's not Amazon selling it. So what happened is this was because of the rise of social media. If in 2016, 2015, Amazon would not have been there, we would still be going to physical stores to buy most of the stuff. Nowadays, we can just like from a click of a button, we can order food, we can order clothes, we can order shoes, we can order anything just with just a click of a button. But before, we had to go to a mall or somewhere to buy. So this is one of the advantages of social media and online platforms. Then now the dark side, like I was saying, hacking, information theft, and many more. I remember a few years back, my mother's Facebook account got hacked. All of her information was leaked, but this was it was not a big information theft. It could have been much worse, but thankfully it wasn't. So media can be social media can be misused by people and be used in many different and good ways. People are spreading hate across Twitter. uh, some people are also giving like going like what now Twitter through Twitter you cannot track someone, but now one person can take down an entire community on Twitter with just one tweet. The people who have large amount of followers like Elon Musk and everyone, if they want, they can take down a whole community with just one tweet. So now that is an dark side of social media.
Okay, very well said. So, like you said, the brighter side and the dark side. Okay, but one very important thing is the fact that when we talk about social media and the Facebook and the Twitter, we're talking about the urban population. We're talking about people who have got access to internet. We're talking about people who have got access to smartphone. We're talking about people who have access to digital technology, right? Now, and we're talking about people who have the education to use it wisely. So there is a section of the population जो कि स्मार्टफोन यूज करती है, फेसबुक है, व्हाट्सएप भी है. बट फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से आई हैव गॉट वन ऑफ माय मेड, राइट? नाउ हम लोग क्या करते हैं, इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एंड आई लर्न दिस फ्रॉम हर कि व्हाट वी डू इज दैट लेट्स से वी हैव अ व्हाट्सएप, and because we know how to type, because we know how to write, we often write messages and it takes more time. Because अगर मुझे कुछ बोलना है आपको, I take the trouble of writing a message, typing it down and having it sent. So जैसे हमको बोलना है, for example, कि अरव तुम सिटी सेंटर पहुंचो, I'll reach there directly at 1 o'clock and see you opposite McDonald's. Okay? तो ये हमको टाइप करना है, right? टाइप करके भेजना है. Typing the whole process will take 1 or 2 minutes. Okay? And what I can do is just press voice recording and I say, Arab, you reach city center, you stand opposite McDonald's, I'll come and see you. Bang, 15 seconds mein kaam ho gaya, right? So it is a very interesting thing that I've learned from the so-called not so literate people, how not to type and how things can be done faster using just speaking, right? and not typing it down. That is the learning. So abhi kya ho gaya ki the rural population is using WhatsApp, okay, to give instructions verbally. I've seen the rural people. I work in a place called Haripal, which is in the remote areas of West Bengal. Wahan par kya hai, people don't know how to type, people don't know how to write. So they are using WhatsApp, but they are using the voice message facility of WhatsApp so beautifully that I can't tell you. Okay, so these are the ways people are using. However, the flip side, like Arav you very rightly pointed out, is once again this whole so-called freedom of speech and expression ke naam pe, they are spreading hatred. Twitter is becoming a very so-called dangerous tool to express your viewpoints, especially like you very rightly said, people have got huge number of followers. Okay, one tweet from their side creates the ripple in the whole country, in the whole economy. So like I said, there are disadvantages, advantages. And so Twitter के बारे में क्या है कि Twitter तो खैर उतना, Twitter and LinkedIn are the two platforms जो कि young population उतना use नहीं करता है bunch. Okay, right? So what do you think? Like they are more into Instagram and all that. However, Twitter and LinkedIn is a professional kind of platform available that I use very frequently to kind of talk about my webinars and about my discussions. I've authored a few articles and I put this up on LinkedIn, all that. But for the teenager and for the people who are the young generation, Instagram is what we are using, right? So do you think Twitter can be used by the younger generation also to put forward, like last meeting mein you mentioned about the huge need for the younger generation to fight for the cause of saving the planet, right? ये हम लोग older generation समझ नहीं पा रहे because we are leaving behind a very dirty planet for you. So do you think Twitter is a good platform for younger generations to use? Vansh?
I don't
See,
think
we can use it, like we can, but it is about the mentality. I have seen the teenagers our age, the mentality is that the Facebook and Twitter both are old generation apps, and also that Twitter has the power of blowing a hole in the whole world's economy. For example, a few days back, Elon Musk, you might say,
Yeah.
Elon Musk had tweeted about Dogecoin, and the prices just skyrocketed. And after a while, he spent all the money, and he took it back, and then it was going down and down and down, and a lot of people lost their money in the app. But it's just because of one tweet that happened. So it is that Twitter can have blow a very big hole in the economy. But there are like Twitter is also a place for you can speak, but people are using it for hatred as well. There are more people who are not
अभी
using it for
line
hatred.
कटने वाला है. In case line कट गया, wait for 2 minutes because this video recording will get downloaded. It will take 2 minutes. You can log back. I will log back in 2 minutes time. So the moment we log out,
I'll just
नहीं log out मत
I'll
करो,
just
अभी अपने आप हो जाएगा log out, right?
I'll
Log
just
out.
wrap it up right now.
हाँ,
So
wrap it
8
up करो.
minutes.
हाँ.
हाँ, तो इसलिए I think there are also pros and cons because no one is perfect in humans as well. They are not perfect. We have a little bit of bad things and